this record button, man. We're just gonna have a good time today, man.
We're just gonna mosey on through here, man, and there is no format.
Nah.
Talk about whatever you want to talk about. What's on your mind? Well, I mean, hey, it could be games, it can be.
It's gonna be a little bit of everything. I think we're
movies, and it could be a little bit of anything, a little bit of hippity pop culture. Who knows?
I feel like we're gonna have a good episode, man. All right, let's do this. Sorry. Hello, and welcome to episode 42 of the Super Weapon Podcast, the most overpowered podcast on the internet. Thank you for stopping by, and I got my guy DC here with me today.
Yeah, your favorite misfit is here. It is Christmas Eve, and got a little eggnog.
A little festive drink, yeah.
We got my tree back here. Check my tree out.
Look at this guy. Very nice, man.
Trying to spruce it up a little bit for Christmas Eve, and just trying to, be in a good mood, man. Well, I am in a good mood. I was in a sad mood because I've been watching a sad show, but yeah, I'm happy now. So
yeah, man, you gotta turn that around, bro. Yeah, so we are recording. Today's date is December 24th. We usually record on a Saturday, but due to scheduling at my job, we decided it would be better to record before Christmas, man. Get this out, this last podcast of this year. It's crazy to even say that out loud. It's been, it really doesn't even feel like we've been doing this only, and not even a year, less than a year at this point. 11 months? 9 months? Started in February?
If you look at the episode number, it starts to make sense. I kind of looked at the episode numbers and I was like, man, we really did 40 episodes of
40 plus, man. Honestly, if you count the side episodes too, we're at like 45 or 46 that have been released this year, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, it's Christmas. Yeah, man. And absolutely just wanted to say thank everybody who has been supportive of the podcast, who has taken the time to listen, share the podcast, give feedback wherever, whatever platform of choice you choose to give it. And now you have a new one, YouTube. Yes, please leave a comment down below and leave a like or a dislike if you are here. But man, it's been a crazy year, man. And, we honestly didn't really have a particular subject or anything we wanted to talk about today.
Totally winging it.
Yeah, I felt like it would be good to, I don't know, just kind of sit back and breathe a little bit because this year has been so crazy for everyone. It's hard to believe that so much has happened this year. I mean, I know a lot of people have been stuck at home, and there's still some people who are stuck at home who can't leave, who are still under stay-at-home orders in the U.S., which is where we currently reside.
Excuse me.
But I don't know, man. I kind of just wanted to get to reminisce, be thankful. Just kind of look back on the year and of course be excited for next year and all the very big plans that we have, not only for the podcast but just for content in general. But man, how do you feel about the year in totality? Not even just, I guess, a year in gaming, but
man,
just a year in general.
I mean, I was speaking from outside of the gamer sphere or the gamer world. I'm pretty sure we all can agree that this year has been pretty unpredictable and insane.
Yeah.
No one expected us to have a worldwide pandemic. I sure as hell didn't.
No.
Which completely turned like my whole year around. I had a lot of things that I wanted to do with the podcast. Specifically, it was a couple of events that I wanted to get to, and
right.
A whole lot of things were canceled. And the pandemic pretty much took over the year, man. I mean, and that's what kind of makes these 40 episodes even greater to me, is because we found the way to keep pushing forward.
Right.
Throughout all of this, we managed to, because I mean, we even talked about it, like, you know, do you think this is the time? And
yeah,
you know, we just kind of jumped out there, and I'm glad that we did. And it's one of the shining lights in my year, because honestly, I've been sitting put. Like I haven't been doing nothing, me personally. It's just like work, podcasts, work some more, and my
Right.
year hasn't been too exciting outside of the podcast. And I think it's just kind of cool that today we kind of reflect on that. There's definitely some highs. Like I did some financial things in my life that I'm pretty proud of. Got rid of some bills, paid
Awesome.
off some credit cards,
Insert
and
applause. Yes, yes, very nice.
yeah, paid off some credit cards, and yeah, didn't I get my car this year? Yeah, I got a
You
new car
did.
this year.
You sure did. Did you move this year? Was that this year when you moved?
No, I moved last year.
Or was it last year? Okay.
It was the end of last year. It was around October.
Got you. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the personal life, you know, it's been on the up and up. I can't complain there. Few members in my family did catch COVID, but by the graces of God, they recovered.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very, very grateful for that, because that's just very unpredictable. And what else, man? I don't know. I'll just shout it out when it come up. But I think those were like the major things.
Yeah.
I think I freed myself up to win for 2021. I just hope that things can get a little better as far as the pandemic goes, and then maybe
right
take this super weapon pod to the next level. So how about you? Like, what's going on with you? How was your year? How would you wrap it up?
You know, I like to view this year in parts, I guess. You know, it's crazy when we look back in like January and February, like where the world was, like in terms of like, you know, the U.S. Like I said, for those of you guys don't know, we do live in the United States in the southern part. You know, just the first couple of months of the world of the year just seemed, it almost seemed like a dream. Like and I was just telling my girlfriend Lisa this yesterday. You know, I never thought we'd get to the point where it feels weird to look at people without a mask on in public.
Right.
You know, that normal, that just kind of the everything that just kind of shifted this whole year. I can't say that I am surprised and very happy that we were able to move and find a house this year. You know, that was definitely something.
Oh yeah, that's major.
Yeah,
major.
That was probably I'll say that's probably like my most accomplished goal this year. To move, and we found we were able, you know, through much struggle and stress, able to able to find a house all while podcasting
and working his ass off like the regular job.
It was something, man.
And streaming, don't cut yourself short.
Yeah, and you know, and we can talk about that too. I feel like this year, I mean, because it once again, it's crazy to think about it. Mixer shut down this year, which is fucking nuts to even say out loud. I think that was like June. But I ended up leaving Mixer January of this year, and I moved over to Twitch. Just because I felt like the opportunities would have been better, the way that the platform, like, because I kind of I saw the signs of how the platform was viewed in the industry as a whole. Like, it seems like people took Twitch a lot more serious at the beginning of the year. I mean, things have actually dramatically changed in content creation in the last like 9 months.
Man, it's shuffling all over the place, and
yeah,
it's crazy.
You know, I've moved platforms twice, you know, and luckily the community that we do have around here, we have been able to keep together, which is very important to me. So shout out to everybody who has followed me on this journey. Shout out to the people who are new, who come in. Like, I'm sure someone's gonna be listening to this next year. You know, I will say this was definitely a year of growth for me, you know, content and personal life wise. I feel like if this year's illustrated one thing, and to me, is that if you can make things happen in your circumstances, no matter, like, you have to make things happen in your circumstances no matter what they are. If you have a dream, you have a goal for something, you have to keep pushing forward. There's quite a few people I admire in the content creation in gaming industry who have, and they've said it themselves, have exceeded their expectations this year. And that speaks volumes to me, and it's something that I've really been, me and you have really been talking about a lot. It's like, what can we do to, organically expand and improve the experience around here? And I'll say, like, because I've been doing this a little over 2 years, and it's hard. It's crazy to even say that. Like, I feel like it's been so much longer than that. I've also felt like I have learned to be patient with myself. Because anybody who does content creation or is passionate about anything in general, like, sometimes you get impatient with yourself on trying to see results of things, and I feel like I've learned to stop focusing on just results.
Right.
And it's just, I don't know, man, like, it's been a very, crazy year. I mean, one of our closest friends, shout out to New Era, his father passed away this year, which is, I still think about that from time to time. Like, it's just, this year's definitely been one where I feel like,
you think they're going through the holidays. This is their first holiday, going through their holidays without a husband, a father, so yeah, that was definitely another one of the shockers of the year, one of the gut punches of the year.
Something that nobody needed in an already tough year, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like, and if you choose to believe in what you choose to believe in, but, I feel like there was some sort of higher power at work that made the world the way it is for a reason right now. And I feel like, people are gonna, I think we as a people are gonna come out on the other end of it a lot better. I mean, you can even look at, like, all the social political movements that have been happening in the world, especially in the U.S. I mean, with our current sitting president, and how us as a people, I'm talking about Black people, have been viewed over the last couple of months. And I mean, like, just think about all the riots and protesting that happened this year, like, during COVID, when people
just back to back, just man, yeah, it's been a lot going on.
Yeah, man. I guess if I could sum it up, this year for me in one word, it's thankful for all the good and the bad. I mean, because I feel like I'm gonna come out on the other end a better person, a much wiser person. Excuse me. Yeah, man. No, you can go ahead.
No, I think one of my main missions, and I spoke with our friend Tori about this.
Yeah.
One of my main missions during all this, I was just like, if I can put my foot on the gas pedal and kind of mow through this while everything is out of whack, then once stuff start, settling down, I should be flying out of the gates. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's why
absolutely.
I constantly keep, like, I'm sitting at home, and just like you hit me up this morning and we were talking about the app management.
Yeah.
I was looking into things like that yesterday, and I heard I'm on YouTube and I'm researching, because one of the biggest questions I have right now that I can't seem to figure out is, okay, promotion on social media is great, all right? Like, I mean, I'm not going to say great, but it's kind of like laid out and it's kind of easy to figure out.
Right.
One of the biggest questions I have in my notes is, so how do the podcasts reach people who don't necessarily tune into social media? That's been one of my biggest questions that I cannot solve. And I'm like, how do I reach these people? how do I reach gamers who may not necessarily be total, and they're out there. Like there's people who don't really
who don't.
I mean, we could use you for example. Like you don't really tune into social media unless it's about the podcast or the stream. You know, there's people out there like that who just because they play games don't necessarily put them in the culture of social media.
We are definitely like, and a lot of people don't. I guess it's kind of hard, and I don't mean to cut you off. You know, people don't really realize, and even us being inside the industry sometimes don't really realize how large gaming actually is. I mean, you know, there's people who don't go to gaming media sites. There's people who don't follow their favorite game creators on Twitter or Instagram, or you know, who don't know like anything about what's going on with particular games that they might be playing, who are just enjoying games. So that is a very good point, and that's something definitely to think about. And it didn't even come to my mind to think about that group of people. That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's been on my mind for about 2 weeks because I invested so much time into like promoting on social media. I'm actually, before this, I was working on my website because I'm, like I've said before, I'm totally switching my website around to kind of make it a hub for everything. But in the back of my mind, I've constantly been thinking like, because what makes me think like that is my brother. Because I'm like, there's a group of people out there who would be interested in the podcast, but they don't necessarily roam the back streets of the internet like I do, or who's on social media. And so I'm thinking like, would that be a thing, like a word of mouth? Because I mean, even at my job, people are like, oh, you know, you have a podcast? It'll just come up in general conversation. And I'll say it and I'm not thinking nothing of it. And they're like, oh, well, you got a podcast? Oh, what is your podcast about? Oh, I'll check it out, blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking like maybe like word of mouth. I don't know. I like I said, I've yet to figure it out. So it's one of the things on my to-do list for sure.
Yeah, I think visibility is definitely it's definitely a hard nut to crack when it comes to content creation. I mean, because I think, you know, one of the side effects of the pandemic that we're going to still be seeing for the next few years is, you know, how viewership and saturation is going to affect the industry for years to come. Because and this was already a saturated market to get into. You know, with this year alone, I mean, Twitch's viewership went up something like 1,000%, something crazy. I was reading.
It's the same with podcasts.
I was just going to say podcasting has shot up through the roof, from people who want to make podcasts to people who are listening to podcasts. I mean, all the numbers across the board for content creation are up. And I guess, you know, and this is something, just like you were saying, I've been kind of thinking about a lot as, you know, as we got closer to the end of the year. I was thinking like, you know, I don't want to just be a live streamer. You know, I don't want to, you know, if you know, a couple months from now, my YouTube blows up and I got 1 million subs or whatever, you know, a couple 100,000 subs, I can stream full time. You know, I'm going to 100% do that. But the days of that just being all I do are done. You know, the podcast has been a wonderful creative outlet for me, and I know for you as well. And I think that kind of diversity is going to help us, I think, in the long run. I think, you know, in the first couple of years of streaming, you know, and you just really trying to figure out who you are and then just trying to figure the shit out. And I feel like I'm
find your voice.
Yeah. You trying to find your voice. That's the perfect way to put it. And I feel like I'm finally getting to the point where I have a clearer vision looking into that kind of creative water, if you will.
I think that's you though. Like, I think
Thank you, Tina.
I think YouTube is like that area where you're going into YouTube, like the way that you play games. I think the way that you break things down, I think you're really good at explaining things to people. And it's like, even when we were playing Destiny, when you were telling me about certain weapons and stuff to use, and like, I think you're kind of finding your footing in that. Like, that's why it was like within the whole plan. That's why I kind of took over the pod editing and all that, was because it was like, yo, I really want him to just focus on his YouTube channel. Just focus on that. I'll take care of everything else. And even with the podcast, like, I just don't want it to be what it is now. And that's not saying that that's a bad thing.
No,
but even
absolutely not.
I want that to even evolve into interviews and going out to places and vlogging and talking to people out in the industry. Like, I want the podcast to see growth as well. Like, I just don't want to stay in one lane of me and you just having a dialogue back and forth.
Right. And I think that was eventually the natural evolution of things. You know, because it's
before
funny.
COVID.
Yeah, before, right? Because I mean, even you saying it, like going back and listening to older episodes, you could kind of tell it wasn't as natural from the point of view that there's just a natural flow to the conversation like there is now. Things kind of, you know, they feel a lot better. Like we're you know, it's still going to evolve and stuff, of course, but I feel like we found a good base to expand from. I mean, even to us, as the year went on, we started doing more types of, you know, we started doing different kinds of podcast episodes. It wasn't just gaming news all the time. You know, because it's just like I told you before, I don't want to just be like a gaming media news channel podcast. You know, there's plenty of those out there, and there's plenty of websites who have better resources, who can get in touch with people a lot quicker and better than we can. You know, I like the distinction that we've had, and I feel like we have a unique makeup, being, you know, two African American guys who love video games, but we also have enough wherewithal to and knowledge to talk about other things, you know, like, I mean, like, remember the whole and once again, it's crazy to think all this stuff happened this year, like the whole movement against creeps on the internet, you know, when the Destiny community blew up a couple of months ago. Like,
just Destiny, it wasn't just Destiny.
No, it wasn't, but
the fighting community, that whole debacle.
Yeah,
what was it? It was something with Pokemon, I think. Like,
it was Smash Brothers. It was Smash Brothers.
It was Smash Brothers. It was something else too. It was just a whole bunch of creepy shit going on at one time.
A lot of stuff got exposed this year, and people started finding truth in what they were dealing with and the hardships that they were going under. You know, a lot of lady gamers found support from people that they either didn't know was there or didn't think they would get. And I feel like the industry's coming out on the other side better for it. I mean, there's still work to be done, especially, I feel like, personally, on Twitch's end, and I mean, any platform's end, with just harassment and just dealing with cyberbullying, you know, just the amount of stuff that goes on a daily that people never see or hear about. Excuse me, guys, I got the hiccups.
I mean, with you saying that, let me just jump in real quick and say, like, man, you need to start with, I don't know what they're doing with like their top streamers when it comes to like harassment and stuff, but the amount of stuff that I see is insane.
Yeah, it is,
I'm
man.
not going to even say any streamers' names, but there's a few females who like up there, like, you know, that's pretty high on the list, you know, pretty popular, like,
that are very
thousands and thousands of views, and it's just like the stuff that I see on like Twitter, or if I just go visit their channel, it's just like I don't even know. Like, it's so many like people. That's why I always say on Twitter, I'm like, just don't be weird on the internet. Like, why y'all so weird, bro? Like, people just be so weird. And I always think about these women. I'm like, yo, like, how the hell do they deal with this shit, man? Like, that junk is crazy.
I said it before when we talked about it. I'll say it again. I cannot imagine being a woman in today's world living on the internet. I just could not imagine that. I mean, not even. I mean, just living
so judgmental. Like, they from everything from your facial features to your. She look like that. Like, bruh, like, keep your comments to yourself. Just shut up.
Yeah, why
it's
are
not
you
hard. Shut up.
Why are you dressing like that? Why are you this? Why are you that?
If you wear this, she's dressed like an 80-year-old sleuth. Then if oh God, please, if she's showing a little cleavage, the internet explodes. Like, y'all just. Oh, they're taking my views. Oh my God.
Oh man, the booby streamers.
Oh my God.
World that heard around the world, the angry people about booby streamers. Jesus Christ.
And I was just like, what? Well, I'm not going to even comment on all that. It's just weird. People, it's just, there's logical takes on things, and then there's just extreme takes.
The clout take is what I'm gonna start calling it. You just
somebody want their clout tokens, bro. Like, I don't understand. Like, because some people, let's be real now. Let's be real. Some people go at these people and say these things just because they think they're going to get people on their side, which is going to translate into followers.
Oh yeah,
be real.
Absolutely.
That's why some of y'all are saying this shit. Be honest. Like, you think like, if I go in here and roast her or something, everybody, we're going to get a good tee, and then I'm going to get some followers. Because people right now, and we've created a culture to where you are validated by followers and likes. All right.
Very true.
And so if you're not strong-willed like me, I don't give a shit. I want Super Weapon social media to get followers and naturally grow so we can get our voices out to more people.
Right.
But me personally, before all this, I never cared to have like a whole bunch of people liking me or liking my pictures, or I barely even post pictures. Like, I don't care to. Like, we live in a society that's kind of crazy because, and it's guys too, it's not just the ladies, guys like looking for validation on the internet. They need to feel special, and it's creating like this vacuum that is insane. Like, people are like, how many times you seen on the news someone done something so damn dumb just to garner a viral moment? Eating Tide Pods, yeah, that was this year.
Oh man, that was, it's funny,
all these challenges. Like,
I saw and it I really feel like, not just gamers but society as a whole is really kind of encouraged that kind of behavior just based off of, people might think it's funny or reactions or
it's a vacuum.
Because I watch a lot of like sci-fi TV shows, just like, take your pick and name a sci-fi show, whatever. And it's funny to me that a lot of the stuff you see in those shows, I could really see society turning into. Like Black Mirror. Yeah.
I was about to say it. Yep.
That show is scary accurate on how some of the stuff that happens on that show you can easily see happening in real life.
And that's where the writers got it from.
Yeah. And I think
it's art imitating life. Like, you can see it. Like, it's crazy, man. And let's be clear, man, because I like to be 100% transparent here, right?
Yeah.
I'm a part of the problem too, because I've liked.
We all are to some degree. Yeah.
I've liked or retweeted some garbage that I've seen that I look back and I'm like, I shouldn't have laughed at that. Like, I gave him what he wanted. I should not have. There's been some stuff where I died laughing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll retweet it and I'll be like, this person damn near killed himself trying to go viral.
I think my favorite thing I saw, and I'll see if I can find the video. This guy was driving around LA recording influencers, taking pictures and he was recording them recording stuff, and it was the freakiest shit I've ever seen. because
I think I saw that.
it was pretty popular. It was making some rounds on Twitter and stuff, and it's just
you know what? You know what's crazy is because with what we have going on, and I think I talked to Tina about this. I was like, I'm kind of gonna have to be that guy, but I don't want to be that guy.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm trying to find an equal median because you have to kind of put yourself out there more to get exposure.
Yeah.
And to promote what we have going on. But at the same time, I don't want to be one of those, like, man, every time I look at a picture, I always put my camera up. I do this. I put my camera up just to see how weird it feels. Like when my friends take pictures in weird places, like when they do, my favorite thing is when people do the boomerang toast. I'm like, so you pulled your phone out. You said, hold on, before we toast, let me get my phone and let me record it. And then you're like, doing like this. And I'm like, I did that one time. I got a cup. I said, hold on, I said, this is the stupidest shit I've ever done in my life. And I was like, how do people do this? Like, I can't imagine. Like, if I'm in a restaurant and I'm doing that and like, I'm too self-conscious. Like, once people start looking at me, I'm like, oh my God, I look stupid.
I agree with that. It's like you see something hot, but you touch it anyway. Like, you know it's going to make you feel a certain kind of way, and that's probably why I haven't done a lot of the types of things that a typical content creator would do. I mean, because I'm not very active on like Instagram like it's tough, man. It's tough. Yeah.
And you kind of like, I get you because you're like a real low key kind of person.
Yeah.
But it's like, to take it to the next level is certain things that we have to do. And it don't have to be like super influency. I don't think. I think there's a gray area where we can hit just right. But right. I just don't feel right. Like if I take a picture out somewhere, like just asking somebody like, hey man, can you snap this flick for me real quick?
Yeah.
Like I just feel weird. Like, bro, he want to take some pictures with some Doritos. He weird. Like, what's he doing? So he must about to put this on his Instagram, and then I feel stupid. Then I run away.
It's almost like you know, the evolution of Jackass, the TV show. Like, you remember that, like they would do shit to get reactions, or they would do stuff like to, you know, oh, this is Darius and this is Darius the artist in DC, and this is the asshole challenge. Like, I don't know. Like, that's what that reminds me of. Like, it reminds me of reality TV.
Come check out our channel if you want to see more of this asshole activity.
Watch me eat 50 hot dogs, rate, comment, and subscribe. Like, that's what that reminds me of, man. I don't know. Like, it's definitely balanced.
Get over.
Yeah.
Because I think we can do it without doing all that. But when I see other people do it, it just freaks me out.
It's like, unnerving, right?
Yeah, I look, because I'm a dude who stay on my IG stories. Like, I'll just let them run.
Yeah.
I've let my IG stories run until they ran out one day. I was just looking at people.
Oh, wow.
I'm weird. I'm a people watcher. I'm strange. I'll sit there and I'll pause it and I'm like, so she really got in that fountain, threw water up in the air, and had somebody take pictures of her with all these people around on the strip in Vegas. This is weird. This is the weirdest shit I've ever seen. I don't have the nerve to do that. Like, I don't.
Yeah, and you know, we're not making fun of people who do it, or I think it's more, you know, if you guys are listening, it's more of a.
I think y'all brave.
It's there you go. I didn't want to say like cowardice on our part, but it's just, and I think, you know, if, you know, moving into next year, and you know, it's kind of like what we were talking about, is doing things that we may not take, like exploring not only the games we play, but just the types of content we make. I mean, we were joking a couple months ago about the legendary Ham Dog.
Oh, the Ham Dog is still coming.
The Ham Dog video. We've talked about that for I don't know how long. And if you guys don't know what a Ham Dog is, like, just look it up. And I promise you it's real. Like, it's not fake.
It's real in Australia, I believe.
Anybody who's been in one of my streams this year knows knows the ham dog situation.
It's damn near a mascot at this point.
Yeah, it's like a stream meme at this point.
The legendary ham dog. Look, it is exactly what it sounds like it is.
Yeah.
Ham dog.
just Google it. I promise you will not be disappointed. But yeah, I think, you know, as we approach our year episode in February, I mean, we can look back on a lot of stuff and see that we've grown, but we haven't really tried a lot of different things, and that's something I want to do here and on the stream, and just, I mean, any kind of content really, because I think I've really rediscovered why I like to create things. Excuse me, guys, I just got all kind of burps and stuff, but that's just something that I haven't had in such a long time, and I'm really, really looking forward to next year. And I think next year is going to be a really good year for us, personally, and you know, content wise. Like, you know, I hope you find that place you're looking for, man. I really want you to move and get out of that apartment you in, because I know you've been having, you know, all kind of issues. I'm not gonna say what, or, you know, talk about your personal business or anything, but
they put my granite kitchen countertops in, and now I'm a little excited. You know, I've been in there cooking now. I'm like,
after forever and a year, you know,
yeah. So I just, for those who don't know, yeah, there was a little pipe explosion in my kitchen, and there was a little water damage, and yeah, they had to come, and long story short, they had to come fix a lot of things, man. And yeah, they finally fixed it, and it actually looks very nice in there now. It doesn't look like a disaster. And my apartments are, you know, I don't stay in the hood. They're just older apartments.
Yeah.
And so I gotta send you some links, man. Hey man, these condos in Buckhead are going for the low.
Hey man, like I said, bro, I hope you can find something.
Property taxes don't.
Oh yeah. Location, man.
But I got to have this apartment in the sky. That's my last dream. That and own a really fast car. So,
hey, anything is possible. Like I don't know, man. Like I said it the end of last year, the end of 2019. I felt like this year was going to be a good year, and despite everything that's happened, I still feel like it was a good year for us. I mean, I know that's not been the same for everybody. But for me personally, and just, you know, I mean, hell, man, we started a podcast during a pandemic. Like, we can always, if anybody ever asks us about this super weapon origin story, just say, hey, man, you remember COVID? That's how I'm gonna start. That's how I'm gonna start the conversation. You remember COVID?
Because a lot of stuff stopped. A lot of things stopped, man. Like, it was just a wild year, and I figured I hate to sound dark and gloomy, but I was just like, look, if I'm gonna go out by anything, I'm at least gonna create some shit I want to create.
Absolutely.
If worse go to worse, I want to be able to say, hey, I did this with my friend. We created this, and we didn't hesitate. We did it, and it was fun. And it's just like this year. To put this year in words, man, it's just, I don't know. Like, it's been crazy because I know people personally who's been through a lot of shit, and
yeah, absolutely.
I've been dodging bullets. Like, I've been blessed to be able to maintain a level of income to keep my ass off of the streets. There's a lot of people not that fortunate, and so, you know, I want to send prayers out to those people and just be humbled by my situation, because
absolutely,
man, you know, I haven't complained not one bit this whole time, because I do have friends who not working. I have friends who are doing whatever they can to get through or get by. So You know,
Plenty of people living off that government assistance, man. And
yeah, man, that whatever that government assistance may be, you know, that's been up and down. It's been up and down, and people have been worried. And hell, it even struck close to home. Like, you know, my mom was let go from her job because of COVID. So it was just like, hey, we're cutting back, and well,
they always start at the top. They always start at the top, man.
And they're gonna cut the people who've been there the longest and making the most money. So they're like, look, you're close to retirement anyway, so they act like they're doing you a goddamn
happy
favor.
early retirement, surprise.
See ya. Hey, and then they come to you, pat you on the shoulder. You don't have to work anymore. Like that.
Here's your severance. Yeah, man, that sucks, man. Yeah, I definitely, like I said, yeah, I agree with you on that 1,000%. Very thankful, and you know, like I said, I did not imagine during the summer that I'd be here living in the very nice house that we have. Having, you know, I was able to get more equipment for the stream, invest in the stream. You know, it's just it's never absent out of my mind that shit could always be a lot worse than what it is. Like I'm not the biggest fan of my job, my day job, and I'm not gonna. Maybe one day I'll tell you guys if I ever get out of my day job. Maybe one day I'll talk about it. But I'm not the biggest fan of my job. But I get up, I go to work, I do my job, and
put your best foot forward.
I put my best foot forward. I mean, I was furloughed for almost 2 months earlier this year.
Oh yeah, you was on the edge too.
Yeah, I was and I was out there freelancing a little bit, man. You know, I did what I had to do, bro. And when they called me back, did I want to go back? No, I didn't, but I went. I went the day after they called me. I could have waited a week, but I just, you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, man, and to really also make shit happen, man.
You out there in the public, we are, because I mean, I work where you work at too.
Yeah,
I don't work as much as you do, but we're out in the public, man.
Every day.
A lot of people just don't care. Like, you know, you argue with people about masks and stuff. They
at least once a week.
It's very exhausting. It's very exhausting to work out in the public. And in your case, you know, you got a family. You like, yo, I can't really be catching anything because I take this back home.
Yeah.
Me, fortunately, even when I thought I was sick, I stayed by myself. So I just called both of my jobs and was like, look, I don't know what I got, but I know I'm sick. So I'm not coming in. I'm going to get tested. And I went and got tested. And luckily, you know, I came back. Everything was good.
Right.
I went and got tested again just to make sure. The results came back and I was good. So, but unfortunately, you know, it's very easy for me to quarantine because I stayed by myself. So,
I just sit
my ass in the house with a pizza. So
it's very nerve-wracking dealing with the people I have to deal with on a daily basis, 5 days a week at my job. Not everyone shares the belief that we do, and I'm not going to.
That's
you know
fine.
what? No, you know what?
My
Fuck
thing
that.
is, that's
Fuck
fine.
that. Wear a mask, man. I was gonna try to be PC about it. Wear a fucking mask, okay?
If you go out in public, wear your goddamn mask. If you want to get sick on your own, stay the hell away from me.
Yeah, and if you find yourself coming across this podcast and you get to the very end and you heard me say that and decide you hate me, so fucking be it. Wear a mask, man. Please. That's all I ask for people to do.
It's not that hard. It's not. It's not like you're running or walking or like you're not doing anything extreme. Look, no, you know what? Fuck that. If you got the gall to bring your ass in a store when you should be at home quarantining, if you want to come out and shop, wear your freaking mask, idiots.
Yeah, that's it.
Like you out here shopping, but you mad because people are asking you to wear a mask, but you're out shopping when you should be home anyway.
It's not a hoax.
People are just weird.
We know people personally who have had the virus.
I have coworkers who, I know a lot of people who had it.
Same.
I know a lot of. I can count at least 12 people I know personally.
Just wear a mask, man. Just even if you don't believe it's real, consider other people's feelings. Just have empathy. and just wear it, because this isn't going away.
That's it. That's all. Bro, I don't like wearing a mask, but I do it for other people. I mean, I'm going to wear one because me personally, I think about getting people sick more than me getting sick.
Right. Think about your fellow human at the end of the day, man. And you know, I'm not gonna go on a tangent about COVID or anything, but just know hey, the vaccine's out there, but we're gonna still be dealing with this for a long time. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
You still gotta wear a mask too. They're saying that you still have to wear your mask.
Get comfortable wearing masks for the next year or two. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Leave it at that.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that, and then I don't even know where we can take this after this, but
Nah, I think that's a good place. I think that's a good wrap, man, on a year in review. You know, once again, hey man, I don't feel like I tell you enough, man, but thank you for jumping into this shit with me, man. Like, you did not have to put your foot forward or even, you know, be involved in this, you know, and I appreciate you taking some of that load off of me doing the podcast. You're so stupid.
Who, you know, are you talking about me?
I appreciate you 100%, man, and you know, you are definitely one of my closest friends, man, and you know, I'm not trying to get all mushy, but it is the holidays.
Because I won't hurt you.
You know, you won't allow yourself for that to happen. I get it. Yeah,
the Detroit in me will not allow you to become soft.
But it, you know, I appreciate it, man. Shout out to DC, man. Shout out to the community, the art table community. You know, shout out to everybody who has taken the time to give us a chance. You know, taking some time out of your day to listen for however long. It may not even be an entire episode. It just be 5 or 10 minutes, man. Like, you guys have no idea how much that means to me, and I know DC feels the same that I do. And, you know, I don't have any shout outs or anything like that. I'll leave that to him. But,
that's that's my thing.
Yeah.
You know, you could partake in it.
No. That's all you, man.
Since we dipping, wait, hold on. Since we dipping off in a mushy bag, you know, hold on. You know, it takes me a while to get mushy, you know what I'm saying? I gotta take some Excedrin.
This guy. Oh man.
Gotta take me some Excedrin, you feel me? But yeah, man, it's been a hell of a ride. I would like to think that I surround myself with people that I definitely can learn from. For sure, you've been one of those people, and you're younger than me, and to me, that doesn't mean shit. You can always learn from people. I like to surround. I would like to think that all my friends, I take bits and pieces from them, and kind of tool it into me. Like, your approach to just life, situations, like, you're the cooler head that prevails. You think before you act. Instead of me, I'm kind of just a reactionist. I kind of just jump out there, get burnt, say a few cuss words, and then I'm like a toddler. I have to learn the hard way. So I feel like watching you kind of grow and do things, even with your family, and, you know, seeing you take on this role and become the man and have just like cool family and stuff like that, like things I can't even comprehend. And I'm just like, damn, he doing it. Like,
much appreciated,
you know,
man.
And I like to surround myself with people like that, man. Like, I think all my friends, if they were to ask me, I can tell them that I've learned something. I've learned quite a few lessons from all my friends. Like,
yeah.
And if you can't learn something from your friends, I don't think you really need to be friends. You want to surround yourself with people you can kind of grow with. And Super Weapon has been a thing we talked about since forever. I've always been intrigued by podcasts and where they were going at the time. I'm a frequent watcher of many podcasts, from couple of years ago. Like I watched it, and I always just thought it was a cool idea. And you know, you were cool about it. You was like, "Hey, man, let's do it." You dug the idea. We executed. We fumbled a few times. We picked up the ball. We got a pick six. We done quite a few great things, and I think this is only the beginning, man. This is only the beginning of something bigger. And I don't want to say that this like a bad thing, but hey, if it don't go anywhere, man, at least we can say we did it.
Hell
at
yeah.
least we can say we had the balls to jump out there and try something instead of just sitting there and keep. I don't like to live with regrets. I don't like want to sit back like, damn, I wish I would have started a podcast. Oh, I wish I would have did blah, 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 blah. But I'm having a freaking blast. I love it. I love editing. I love learning about marketing and promotions. I just love the whole process. So we're here, man. We are here.
We here to
I'm
stay.
glad I have great friends like you guys to
fucking here.
Put me in check when I be about to fly off the rails.
Which is a lot less nowadays, man. Like we've all, like I said, man, this year has been a year of growth for everybody. We've all grown into the people we are today through many a challenge. But we're fucking here to stay, man. We ain't going nowhere. But that's gonna be I think that's a good place to stop, man. And like
that's
I said, thank you guys for hanging out, man, for episode 42 of the Super Weapon Podcast, the last one of 2020. Woo! We made it, man.
And I think we do I think the next live one is on New Year's.
The next one is, I believe, it's either New Year's or the day after. It's the day after. It's
the day after.
But it'll be 2021, man. The next time you see us, guys, it'll be a brand new year, brand new opportunities, man, to get the fuck up and go do what you want to do with your life. Don't let anything hold you back, man. You know, if you want to do something, go do it, man. If you got an idea for something, even if somebody else has done it before, it don't mean they could do it as good as you. So do it.
We started this on a shoestring budget, and we're here now.
Man, I got a picture.
I want y'all to know.
I got to post a picture of my updated setup for you guys, man. Use some motivation. But yeah, man. Thank you guys for hanging out, man. It's going to be the end of the audio version. If you guys are new around here, we usually record the podcast every Saturday around noon Eastern, 12 p.m., 2 p.m. Eastern, every Saturday. So if you guys are listening to the audio version, this is going to be the end here. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, whatever you choose to or choose not to celebrate.
Keep it generic.
Yeah, have a happy holidays, man. Spend
time. Happy family time.
Yeah, please, and be safe. Spend time with the people you love, but be safe about it. Like I said, wear a mask. If you don't, fight me. Come fight me. Come find me. I dare you. I dare you. That's all I got, man. DC, where can the good people find you?
Hey, man, if you look right there, wait, because my stuff is over Darius's head.
Oh, yeah.
But if you don't see it, if you're just going to listen to the audio, that's cool. We love you anyway. It's going to be 1LANGODOTCOM on Instagram and Twitter. I'm diligently working on the website, so we'll have a hub to parlay in. We have the Discord. I love the Discord. I'm really starting to love being in the Discord. I kind of hang out there too.
All right, table Discord popping.
My dream is to even put the Discord, to figure it out, just have it all just in a little hub, nice and neat for everybody to come kick it with us. But that's where you can find me, man. I just want to give a congratulations once again to Beezy. He hit his charity stream.
Shout out to Beezy.
He hit his goal, which was, and the reason why I keep shouting that out, because I am a veteran. The charity was for veterans dealing with things like PTSD,
mental health,
and just
man.
Mental health. It was for veterans' mental health. So I was promoting what he was doing a lot, because I am a veteran. I know how that goes. I know some people who've come back from war situations who kind of have a hard time adjusting, coming back. So, I would love to actually one day do a stream, link up with those guys that he hooked up with, and maybe do something along the lines. But that's in the future. That's on my 2021 list of things to do. And not going to hold y'all too long, man. That's pretty much it. I'm ready to play some games. What are we playing?
We might play some Tarkov today, man. We'll see, man. We're gonna die a bunch.
That game scares me. That game scares the shit.
We're gonna die a whole lot and lose a bunch of stuff. But thank you guys for hanging out, man. It's gonna be end of 2020 and end of the last episode for 2020, man. We will see you guys next week and next year, man. Peace.